Hey guys, today I am here to showcase my UI render library that I made for P5JS. So why do we need a UI library for? There are a couple of reasons why. Could be for quick variable testing. Easy to design interface in case of making an application. No need to write hundreds or thousands of lines of code while hurting your brain when you really want to focus on other tasks. And finally, I really like HTML and CSS. Let's assume you have variables x, y, and z. You want to test them. One way will be to simply stop the program, then change the variables, then run it again stop it, then run it again, and so on. But what if there is another way to check the values without stopping the program again and again? Like a slider, let's say for x, then you can directly change the values on the fly, and likewise for y and z, it makes things much more easier. Okay, let's say you want to design an interface for an application. An application could need the following things: a user interface, events to handle user input, a specific function, and yes, to work as intended. Now let's imagine a music app. So what do we need? A background, a body to arrange songs in, different filters, an area to play, pause and loop songs, and so on. These tasks themselves are a lot to program in P5JS if you start from ground up, and not worth it if you want to focus on other tasks at hand. I asked myself, then how will I be able to do it? Well, that's why I made this UI library for. Excuse me, sire, isn't UI library already available in P5JS? Yes, well, sir, but I wanted a library that is much more flexible, granulated, reliable, and I need much more documentation to understand it. Jokes apart, that's why I made this UI library for. And yes, it was so nice that I wanted to share a video with you guys. So what can you find in my UI library that sets things apart? It's a difficult question. Can be whether my library can do everything I wanted to do it? And yes, it can. This is a simple converter app, simple and sweet. And what's so simple about it is its functionality. It contains two text boxes, two labels that displays what unit, like second is converted to what unit, like minute, and lastly two buttons to select different units from few options of second, minute and hours. Each UI has its own event, like focus, hover, click, pressed. So when you type a number in a text box and when enter is pressed, the conversion value shows in another text box on the basis of conversion type. Yet another example is a music player. Music player, simple and sweet. It can play music, of course. You can pause it if you wish, change the volume if you wish, even replay the song if you wish. It features tabs, the play and volume tabs. It has buttons, it has the slider to show time or change volume. Each tab corresponds to a UI focus event. Likewise, the play and pause button corresponds to clicked event. The volume change is a slider, and time elapsed shown is also a slider. A custom time check event is applied that when the slider goes to 100%, then it restarts itself. A calculator app, simple and sweet. Using grid can help arrange UI easily. Grid have a specific functionality of providing rows in either horizontal or vertical direction, and each row can have either fixed length or expanded length, and each container to buttons, spacers, and so on. Mostly grid, box UI, expanded UI, and slider are enough to handle these simple tasks. A text editor app, simple and sweet, can customize keyboard inputs. Reading time. I am here to describe different features of UI render library that I created and to showcase some application that can be made with it. Oh well, now another example time. And lastly, presentation. A grids row can be customized easily, which can be used to make a presentation. Buttons can be added directly. It is also made using Grid. The rows directly contains the text necessary for presentation and buttons to do other UI event things. I made 3 different pages that can be navigated through buttons. So what is in my UI and what can you expect? It has a lot. It is not your typical UI framework that contains components only, but it is made so that you can make your own component if you wish. You can even make your own UI library out of this. There are 5 distinct JavaScript files for different purposes, namely Collide 2D, a 2D collision library written by Bimoren. Control.js, it contains everything input related that includes keyboard and mouse input. Event.js, it contains everything event related. You can start, stop, clear or restart events that could be custom or time based. Renderer.js, it contains the main structure for rendering a shape or UI in this library. A shape class is the base class that explains what functions or attributes does a basic shape contain for render. Rect.js is an example. UI folder gives the basis for my UI library that has everything from interface to UI events like focus, hover, click by global UI event.js. Container UI acts as a parent as well as child and is the basis for all UI's component that can be made. As an example, UI.js that has box UI as button, slider UI as slider, expanded UI for arrangement, grid UI for flexible layout style, and lastly utility.js that provides a theme to colors. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and keep yourself updated for new content.